This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello and welcome back to Movie Battles on the Flying Cow. I am your host, the Flying Cow himself, Clay Johnson, and Movie Battles is where we take the very best in Disney, Pixar movie trivia, and we put them head to head. And here with me today is the sensational Sorsha Masters. How are we doing today, Sorsha?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm very excited because this is not any other match. This is the first match in a tournament, a 16-person tournament that will culminate in a big final and then a championship match at a year-end event that I am calling Movie Battles Blowout. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. And I am very excited about this first round match because we have returning. I told you guys there was a reason we were introducing all these new competitors. Knew there was going to be something we were going to do with them. And wouldn't you know it, we have two of those first-time competitors coming back in this first round match. We have Lil Boat, Caleb Boatman, taking on Mr. VHS, Nazario Montenegro. I'm very excited about this.
This is going to be a good match. I'm very excited.
Because, I mean, here's the thing. Caleb won his last match with a KO, decidedly had a very good showing. Nazario unfortunately lost his first match, but it was so close. It was like literally it came down to a very tough 2-pointer and a very tough 5-pointer. I mean, but he definitely showed that he is not someone to be taken lightly. So I'm very excited to see how these two pair up.
Two very strong competitors. I can't wait to see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, what do you say? Actually, before we bring them in, I do want to remind everyone that first of all, the structure for this game was sourced from the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So if you enjoyed this, go check them out. They are great. Check out the schmodownlive.com and let them know that the cow sent you. And as always, do not forget that the Flying Cow is not just movie battles. I also have a podcast feed where I talk about movies and television. It's a lot of fun. Check us out there. It's on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And you can always get in contact with me at the Flying Cow Pod on Twitter and Instagram. You can also email me at theflyingcowpod@gmail.com. And as always, if you can't remember any of that, it's on the banner right above us. So not hard. All right. Well, now, what do you say we bring these competitors in, Sorsha?
Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right. Introducing first. He is representing your local video store with a record of 0 wins and 1 defeat. He is coming soon to home video, Mr. VHS, Nazario Montenegro!
What's up?
How we doing, Nazario? Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
How are you feeling about this match coming in here? Because, I mean, like I said, your ranking may not show it, but I think you're a very strong competitor. How you feeling about this match?
I did not know my opponent the first match.
Sure.
I thought that could be an advantage, but it wasn't.
Right.
I know my opponent for this match. It's not an advantage.
Well, I will say, just recently we aired a tournament special where we talked about the different matches going in, and believe it or not, although your opponent is the favorite in this match, you were the favorite to win this match in that special. So what do you think about that? Does that give you any sort of confidence, or feeling the same?
About the same.
All right. Well, I mean, is there anything, I mean, obviously don't give anything away, but do you have a particular strategy going into this match against this opponent?
My strategy is hitting spinner's choice and hoping he gets opponent's choice.
Never know.
I think that'll work.
All right. Let's cross our fingers. But well, I'm not. I'm impartial, but the fans out there will be. But what do you say we go ahead and bring your opponent in? And his opponent.
Little Toot was just a tug, just a happy harbor tug.
Representing boats of all sizes, with a record of 1 win, no defeats, and 1 knockout. He is Lil Boat, Caleb Boatman. How we doing, Caleb?
I was doing a little bit better about 10 minutes ago, I'd say. Yeah, we're just going to jump right into that. Cool. All the people think I'm going to lose this one. That's how I like it.
All?
Okay, maybe not all. Maybe like a fraction. I don't know. I didn't ace math. I aced English. That's the one I'm good at. Nazario, here's what I'll say about Nazario. Nazario, fantastic player. I dare say Nazario is the best player who never actually wins matches. I have known Nazario for the longest time. I know he's incredibly knowledgeable. I also know he chokes consistently. That is a thing that Nazario does. Nazario, you lost to Anthony Tisdall, so you couldn't get into the... I needed you to be above 500. Now Anthony Tisdall has a win on his record. Because of you, I didn't want that to happen. You made that happen. This is what happens when I put my faith in people when I'm scheduling Warzone. And then they don't win. That's the universe. And I think, Clay, you're going to be disappointed because I can tell. That's why I want to be Nazario, be the happy face, maybe the heel. You want Nazario to win, move on. Guess what? Nazario isn't going to do that for you. He's not going to be able to pull off the win. I've been there. I feel your pain. I'm sorry. Let's just get into the match.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring Nazario back in here. I'm not sure if he can how he's feeling after that burn. But you need some aloe there, Nazario?
I might.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, what do you say we go ahead and get into the rules of round number 1? All right. In round number 1, competitors will have 8 questions from random categories. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write each answer. Answers must be spoken aloud when revealing their response. All questions in this round are worth 1 point. If either competitor gets all questions correct, they will have a perfect round and trigger a 1-point bonus question. Competitors have 3 repeats that they can use at any time throughout the match. If you didn't hear something very well, or you just need a little bit more time, you can use those repeats. But remember, you only have 3, so use them wisely. Each competitor can challenge any ruling. If you do not like a ruling that was made, you can make your case, and if your challenge is upheld, you will keep your challenge. There is no stealing in this round. Do we have any questions going into round number 1? All right, then let us go ahead and get right into these questions. Well, actually, first of all, are both competitors ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Sorsha, are you ready?
Very ready. Let's do it.
All right. Then I don't know about you guys, but I feel ready for a movie battle. Action begin. Starting with question number 1. Category number 1 is early classics. These are the films of the 30s and early 40s. And your question. In the film, from the moment of his birth, Bambi is given what title? You know, this film, I was born when films were being re-released all the time. And I remember I was told that my father hated this movie, and I was confused because I was like, hey, how would he know? He's never seen it. My mother told me that he saw it, that it came out when he was a kid. I was flabbergasted. My father was a child. Blown away. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are starting with Nazario.
Prince of the Forest.
And Caleb.
Little Prince.
I'm gonna accept Prince. It was technically Young Prince, but I'll take both of those answers.
Okay. Question number 2. In the category of the Renaissance, mostly films of the 1990s. In Pocahontas, what is the name of her hummingbird friend? Pocahontas. I used to watch it so much.
Pocahontas, this started the point at which, when I was a child, that I started to think I was too old for Disney movies. It didn't last very long, but you know.
No, you're never too old.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Caleb, we are going to start with you. What is your answer, sir? Flit is correct. And Nazario?
Flit.
Flit is correct.
All right. Moving on to question number 3. Both competitors are currently tied at 2 points. We'll see how they do with the category of the dark times. These are the films of the 2000s. In what film will you find characters such as Mittens, Rhino, and the Green-Eyed Man? All right, coming down to it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nazario, we are starting with you, sir.
I believe it's John Travolta's triumphant Bolt.
Bolt is correct. And Caleb.
Advertised on the Disney Channel nonstop. Bolt.
All right. All right. So once again, we are tied at 3 going into question number 4.
Yes. Question number 4 in the category of Pixar. In The Incredibles 2, what type of animal does Jack Jack get into a fight with?
You know, my biggest gripe with this film, they missed a perfect opportunity. If they had just made the villain British, her name would have literally been Evil Endeavor. How do you miss that? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Caleb, we are starting with you, sir.
As if that villain wasn't obvious enough. Raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And
no.
Nazario,
Raccoon.
raccoon is correct.
All right. I'm just saying, it's right there. Take
Mhm.
advantage of it. All right. Going into question number 5 in the category of the decline and wilderness. These are the films of the 60s through the 80s. And the question: who provided the voice of the Chihuahua Tito in Oliver and Company? I remember when this film came out, I went to the movie theater with my grandparents, and because it came out the exact same year and the exact same time as The Land Before Time.
Mhm.
I got to choose one. I saw The Land Before Time in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. And Nazario, we are starting with you, sir.
Chose correctly. It's Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin is correct. And Caleb.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin. All right. We are still tied at 5.
All right. We are going into question number 6 in everybody's favorite category, package films. Films of the 1940s. Your question: in Fun and Fancy Free, Bongo, the escaped circus performer, is what type of animal?
All right. We'll have to see how they fare in this. Caleb seems prepared already, and so does Nazario. That's your 5 count. You're good. All right.
All right, and we are starting with Caleb. What is your answer, sir?
Featuring the worst Disney song of all time, Say It With a Slap. It's He's a Bear.
Yep. And Nazario?
A bear.
The bear is correct.
All right. So both of these competitors still perfect all the way through package films. This is a rare feat, especially
Right?
both competitors. We've only had a couple of people get a perfect first round. We'll have to see if either of these competitors can get there. Going into question number 7 in the category of classics. These are the films of the 1950s. For what occasion is the puppy Lady gifted as a present?
Oh, the most romantic movie scene when he gave her the last meatball.
Yeah. I mean, that unselfishness. I think most people would point to the spaghetti kiss, but I mean, you know, we all have our love languages.
I mean, I love food, so.
There you go. Yeah. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Nazario, we are starting with you, sir.
Is it Christmas?
It is Christmas. All right, and
Not write down anniversary. Christmas.
Christmas, absolutely. All right, so now we are down to question number 8. If both competitors get this right, then they will both receive the bonus question, and that'll be a movie battles first.
All right, let's see what happens. Question number 8 in the category of CG Revolution, the movies of the 2010s. In Raya and the Last Dragon, what is the name of the evil black smoke creatures which turn everyone to stone?
Have you seen this movie yet, Sorsha?
Yep. I watched it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. I mean, you know what? I think we actually already had this conversation.
Yep.
But,
Gorgeous movie. On the story.
All right. We'll have to see what our competitors think in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right. Caleb, we are going to start with you, sir.
Nope.
Didn't have it. All right.
All right, Nazario.
I believe they're called the Drune.
Droon is correct.
The Droon is correct. And with that, Nazario not only takes a 1-point lead, 8-7, but he also gets a bonus question all to himself. So, Nazario, because this bonus question is just for you, you do not have to write it down. You can just say your answer aloud when you are ready. All right. And your question. What film features such characters as Oogie Boogie and the clown with the tearaway face?
A Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is correct. Is correct. All right. So that means that going into round number 2, Nazario currently has a 2-point lead, 9-7. But as we all know, anything can happen from here. So let's go ahead and get right into the rules for round number 2. All right. In round number 2, also called the wheel round, each competitor will spin the wheel up to 2 times. If you do not like your first spin, you can spin again, unless, of course, you land on opponent's choice, in which case you are stuck with that. Competitors will get 4 questions from the chosen category. Questions in this round are worth 2 points. Multiple choice is an option in this round. However, if you go to multiple choice, the value of the question will drop to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Opponents may steal if a competitor gives an incorrect response. Repeats and challenges are still in effect in this round. All right, so going into round number 2, like I said, Nazario currently has a 2-point lead. So Nazario, you have a decision to make. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to your opponent?
Defer.
All right, so Nazario is going to defer to Caleb. So I am going to go ahead and bring up the wheel. All right, Caleb, can you see the wheel?
Yep.
All right, Caleb, this spin is for you. And you have landed on package films for your first spin. Would you like, I'm sorry?
Spin that again.
Then again, all right, didn't even let me ask the question. Does not want package films. We will have to see if he gets something more favorable. Well, he got mixed bag. So we will have to see if that was a better decision for him than package films. So we are going to go ahead. We have 4 questions in the realm of mixed bag, and I am going to be asking these questions to you, Caleb. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Question number 1 in the category of mixed bag. In a Goofy movie, what is the name of the pop star Max and his friends are obsessed with?
This makes up for Oogie Boogie. Powerline.
Powerline is correct for 2 points. All right. Question number 2. What 2000s era film featured the tagline, "There's one in every family"?
Lilo and Stitch.
That is correct for 2 points. I have to say, getting a tagline without going to multiple choice, that's impressive. Although
It's one of
do
the
believe,
great posters.
well, there you go. There you go. And I do believe that the 2000s are one of Caleb's preferred eras, or at least the one he was raised on. All right. So your penultimate question in this category. What was the 10th Pixar film released?
Counting time.
20 seconds for this.
We do what we must.
In 5, 4.
I'll take the repeat.
All right. That is 1. And the question again, what was the 10th Pixar film released?
Up.
Up is correct for 2 points. All right. Caleb navigating this category very well. Going into his final question in this category. And that question is, in The Nightmare Before Christmas, what does Sally put in Professor Finkelstein's soup to cover up the
Deadly nightshade.
Is that your final answer?
Deadly nightshade, final answer.
That is incorrect. So, Nazario, you will have the opportunity to steal. Let me repeat the question for you. In The Nightmare Before Christmas, what does Sally put in Professor Finkelstein's soup to cover up the deadly nightshade?
Frog's breath.
Frog's breath is correct for a 2-point steal. So Caleb getting just a little bit ahead of himself, unfortunately cost himself 2 points, but he's currently up 13-11. So it's still anybody's game. We'll have to see what the wheel decides for Nazario. Now, can you see the wheel?
Now I do.
All right. All right. So, Nazario, this spin is yours. And you have landed on early Pixar. Would you like to keep it or would you like to spin again?
I'll keep it.
Okay. All right. So, Nazario is going to keep early Pixar. These are the films from the beginning of Pixar all the way up to 2009. All right. So we've got 4 questions in that category, and they are going to be asked to you by sensational Sorsha Masters.
Okay. Question 1. In Cars, what is the name of the motel that Sally runs in Radiator Springs?
Multiple choice.
Right. Is it A, You Drop In, B, The Cozy Cone, C, The Wheel Wagon, or D, The Radiator Springs Motel?
The Cozy Cone, final answer.
The Cozy Cone is correct for 1 point. All right, question 2. In The Incredibles, after the public turns on superheroes, the government initiates which program to force heroes to permanently keep their secret identities?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, the Identity Change Program, B, Superhero Eraser Program, C, Identity Permanence Program, or D, Superhero Relocation Program?
I believe it's D.
D is correct for 1 point.
So Nazario playing it safe, but so far it's paying off. He is currently tied with Caleb at 13.
All right, question 3, your penultimate question for this round. At the end of Toy Story, what gift does Andy get for Christmas?
A dog.
Dog is correct. All right, and your final question. In Finding Nemo, what nickname was Nemo given in the fish tank at the dentist office?
Shark bait. Wahaha.
Sharkbait is correct for 2 points.
All right. And Nazario navigates that very well, getting 6 points in that round, coming out with a 4-point lead. He leads 17-13 going into round number 3. Not a bad position for him, but still never know what's going to happen in round number 3. So let's bring up the rules for round number 3. In round number 3, competitors will pick 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor will get 3 questions. Questions in this round are worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. Are there any questions going into round number 3? All right, then let us go ahead. Nazario, you are currently in the lead, so let us get your 3 numbers first.
4, 6, 8.
4, 6, and all right. And Caleb, what about yours?
We'll go 16, 9, and 3.
16, 9, and 3. All right. So, like I said, Nazario currently has a 4-point lead, which means that Caleb will have the opportunity to answer questions first in order to avoid the TKO and send it back to Nazario. We're going to start off, obviously, with his 2-point question. And Caleb, you chose the number 16, and that relates to the category of princesses. And your 2-point question. In Aladdin, what is the name of Jasmine's tiger companion?
Raja.
Raja is correct for 2 points. All right. So now we are going to go to the 3-pointer. If Caleb can get this correct, he will not only avoid the TKO, but he will send it back to Nazario to have to answer some questions. You chose, Caleb, for your 3-pointer number 9, and that relates to the category of early Pixar. What former late-night host and car enthusiast lends his voice to an analog character in Cars?
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno is correct.
Limo.
Is correct for 3 points, which means that Nazario will now have to answer his 2-point question.
All right. You chose the number 4, and that correlates to the category of the decline. The Aristocats is set primarily in what European city?
Paris, France.
Paris is correct. I almost said France. That is not correct.
Points. All right. So, I will say the first time I ran this this question with a friend, his choice was Germany. It's like, yes, the city of Germany. Very good.
Well, now I don't feel so bad.
All right. So with that, Nazario sends it back to Caleb to answer his 5-point question. The score is currently 19-18. So if Caleb gets this right, he will have a 4-point lead and force Nazario to answer his 3 and his 5-pointer. All right, Caleb, you chose number 3, and that relates to the category of classics. And your question. In Sleeping Beauty, what is the name of Prince Philip's father?
Hubert?
That is correct for 5 points. Caleb,
And make sure it wasn't Stefan.
Caleb becomes only the second person to answer a 5-point question. So now we're going to have to see if Nazario can become the third, because he's got his 3-pointer, but it's not quite going to get him where he needs. He's going to have to answer his 5-point question to win this game.
All right. Your 3-point question, you chose the number 6, and that correlates to the category of the Renaissance. Your question. In Tarzan, what animal do the elephants originally think Tarzan is?
A piranha.
Piranha is correct. All right.
All right. So this is it. If Nazario gets this correct, then he will win this game. However, if he misses, Caleb will be victorious. He will win.
All right. You chose the number 8, and that ties in with the category of CG Revolution. In Big Hero 6, what is the name of the bot that Hero's Megabot destroys in bot fighting?
Ah,
In 5,
repeat.
4. All right.
Right.
Repeat.
You got to repeat. Okay. In Big Hero 6, what is the name of the bot that Hero's Megabot destroys in bot fighting?
Little Chema. Little Jama. Shit.
And your winner, Mr. VHS, Nazario Montenegro. Little Yama was the correct answer. You came out, I wasn't sure what you said at first, but when you repeated Little Yama, correct. Great job, Nazario, and great job to Caleb. Like I said, you guys are the first two. You're only the third, the second 2 competitors to get your 5-point question. So tough. But I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and turn off your cameras, and I will bring you back in just a second. Wow.
What a match.
That was, whoo. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, when it came down to, each of them having to answer their 5-pointer, I wasn't sure what was going to happen because, like I said, very few people have been able to answer their 5-pointers. And not only did Caleb do it, but Nazario was able to do it as well. That was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. But let us go ahead and bring back in Caleb. Hard fought match today. Unfortunately, didn't ultimately pull out the win. But Caleb, I got to say, hats off to you, buddy. You came back from quite a deficit. And I mean, 4 points, but, especially.
Nazario, that is a deficit. No, I'll give that to you. I was like, at the end of the day, I'll take full responsibility for my loss there because I that the nightshade thing was me thinking I heard you, realize, and then immediately realizing that I didn't. And that happens.
I mean,
that happens.
I did try.
I shouldn't have done that on a
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas question, which is one of Nazario's favorite movies. But that's what's gonna happen. That's what it is. Now Nazario gets to go lose to Kelly, because that's what this was. This was, hey, who wins so they can go lose to Kelly, because Kelly is going to win your whole tournament, because unlike half the people on your roster, Kelly has actually seen all the films. So Kelly's gonna win the whole thing. She should. Cool. Yeah, if Nazario and I like both lose, and then Kelly like loses on some like just weird thing, then we're all gonna be mad. So like honestly, Kelly should just be like, I don't know if you have like an ambulance or something, but just rush her to the title. Like, take her out of this tournament, put her right now in a title match. She's going to win it because she knows more than Nikki. Nikki like missed questions that Kelly would absolutely knock out of the ballpark. Clay, this is what happens when you tell me to be heel. What happens? This is your fault. I'm just saying. Kelly's going to win. So let's just get to that. Let's fast forward, and then we can see who can play Kelly for the title.
All right. So you are forecasting a Kelly Meehan victory for the tournament. But here's my question: what is the future of the Little Boat right now? Because technically your season is over. What are your plans for I guess going forward next season? What is there anybody that you're looking to take on? I mean,
you know what? I don't know who's in my range. I want somebody who like I know, but also who I know I can beat, because I'm gonna be playing like that. I'm 1-1. I want to get back up. Then you can give me like the good people again. David Garcia. David's fun. I like David Garcia, but I also know that if we go in a geek match, David could beat me 12 ways to Sunday. In Disney, I can beat David Garcia. I can beat him just on the fact that I know people's names and I know David doesn't. He has told me I'm allowed to say this because David's a friend of mine. Other people said that I would be like, hey, you're
I mean, I don't know if he'd want you putting his business out to everybody, but
I don't care. It's not like David and I are like brothers or anything. I know the guy and I help him. I helped him study. This is my payment for me helping him study so he could beat Ruben Colin in MTFO like in 2017. Dude looked like Timothy Oliphant. Of course I want David to beat him.
All right, so you're calling out David next season. We'll have to see if we can make that happen.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for the match. Like I said, tough match. Almost pulled it out, just not quite there. But great match today, Caleb.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be seeing you hopefully next season. All right, well, let us go ahead and bring in the player with apparently, even to him, a surprising upset. Nazario Montenegro, Mr. VHS himself. Nazario, I think that look on your face says it all.
I think he's right. I think Kelly's gonna kick my ass.
Let's not worry about that right now. Right now, let's focus on this match today, because you played a heck of a match, Nazario.
I'm exhausted, to be honest.
I don't blame you. You got a perfect first round. You only went down to multiple choice twice in your second, and then you got all three of your questions in round 3. That is quite a feat. That is very impressive for this league. How are you feeling about this? I mean, I think coming in here, you did not think that you were gonna. I mean, Caleb did not think you were gonna be able to beat him. So, how do you feel finally being able to vanquish the dragon? How do you feel getting that monkey off your back? You got to win in the
Yeah,
win-loss column. You're 1-1 now.
it's it's a good feeling, a little bittersweet because the brain fart in the last question. Thank God you guys accept final answer or like correction,
I mean,
because
here's the thing.
as soon as you told me I needed the 5,
Anybody was able to tell you any differently, so I see that as a correct answer.
as soon as you told me I needed the 5, I was like, well, here we go again. Because if you have seen any matches I played other places, it's always the same thing. It always comes down to the deep cuts, and I am great at the 1-pointers. I could play an Ironman match all day. Give me 100 1-pointers. I'm gonna do pretty good. It's always with the deep cuts, and it's not like I don't know deep cuts, but they never ask me the ones I know.
Isn't that the way it always works out? Yeah.
Of course.
Well, you got one you knew today. Like I said, you stumbled a little bit, but you were able to correct yourself in time. You got Little Yama. Is Big Hero 6 just one of your favorite films? Is that why it was
No.
in your no? You
Really?
how are you able to pull that out then?
I remember the guy was Big Yama, and I thought like, all right, I think he called his robot Little Yama because that's what a person with a high self-esteem would do.
Mhm.
I didn't even name my kid Nazario. His name is Lucas. Yeah.
Well, either way, you are moving on into the rest of this tournament. And I mean, you have both been very upfront about how you feel the other match is going to go between Kelly and Chris Diaz. So
I mean, I know she's a nice lady and everything, but why did you give her a bye? That's not fair.
oh, don't be, don't be mean to Chris. I mean, he's not bad. He's we will have to see. That match has not been filmed yet. We don't know what is going to happen. But you seem fairly confident that you're going to be seeing Kelly on the other side.
Sadly, yes.
What type of training and studying do you think you'll be doing in an effort to beat her if that happens?
Honestly, I have no idea because, in fact, she does know everything. Can we make up like a new category and just surprise her with it?
Sure. It'll be all movies that you've written yourself, Nazario. How's that?
I'll put some animated animals in them.
All right. Well, I gotta say, whatever happens in the next round with that other match, I am looking forward to seeing you compete again, and to see how far you go in this tournament.
Thank you.
All right.
See you next time.
See you. All right. Well, there we go. But neither competitor apparently came into this match feeling very hopeful about their chances in this tournament.
Right.
But Nazario pulls out. Like I said, it is an upset because Caleb was ranked number 5 and Nazario was ranked number 11.
Mm-hmm.
But we only had one match. Caleb was 1-0. Nazario was 0-1. They are now both 1-1. So you see, anything can happen in this game. So I wouldn't count out anybody. But I mean, this was a great match to see, and we've got plenty of great matches coming up. So thanks to everyone for tuning in and watching. And as always, stay here, stay watching, and remember, move.
Moo.